Doctor Who losing Russell T Davies as showrunner is starting to be reported more widely, and has even been heavily hinted in the Radio Times. So, do we know now what's going to happen? Welcome to the Tak and Pulse podcast, part of the Scitrek family.
Our tachyon pulse has been unable to completely penetrate the anomaly.
It was before Christmas now, was the first time I told you guys over on our sister channel that Russell T Davies was being pushed out of Doctor Who by Disney. They were not happy about the way Doctor Who had gone, and at the end of the day, they were blaming Russell T Davies for it. Now, I've also told you that the BBC and Bad Wolf have always backed Russell T Davies. They have always said that he was the man, and they have been pushing to keep him on, basically. That actually they think he's the right man for the role. The second series was supposed to maybe give them a little bit of momentum to get Disney back on board. But Disney, apparently, according to the people we speak to at the Tak and Pulse, have doubled down in the last couple of months and have actually said, no, you will get a new showrunner. And actually, you won't just get any showrunner, you'll get somebody we agree with, or we will not be renewing the contract. Now, this contract that Disney have with the BBC and Bad Wolf that produce Doctor Who is very, very lucrative for the BBC. The BBC will not fund Doctor Who on their own. They only fund about a third of the production cost. And if Disney pull out, they will not be moving forward on their own. Now, I've already told you in a previous video that apparently Bad Wolf are already in talks with other production companies, and Sony have a very close relationship with Amazon, and it may be them that step forwards and actually take over funding Doctor Who. Sony actually own Bad Wolf, so there is that relationship there. I don't know where we're going with this, but it would seem that Disney are first dibs. They are first choice. Disney are pushing for a new showrunner. In fact, it's got to the point where they're now demanding it. And they actually are pushing as well to get the full back catalogue of Doctor Who onto Disney. They don't just want the stuff that they've produced. They want all of it. But how about Ncuti Gatwa? He is increasingly looking like he's gone from Doctor Who. He apparently has removed Doctor Who from his bio on X or Twitter or whatever you want to call it. And it looks increasingly like that, yeah, he wants to go to LA and he doesn't want to do any more Doctor Who. Now, a lot of people are reporting that that's actually because of Disney. That Disney is saying, we want a different Doctor. That's not exactly what I've heard. I've heard that it's actually Russell T Davies that Disney are targeting. That it's actually him that they think is the main problem. He has written the Doctor Who episodes and he has chosen the direction these episodes have gone in. So they feel that the first things first, get the person in charge out. The Doctor really comes second. Now, the problem is that Ncuti Gatwa only really agreed to do Doctor Who because of Russell T Davies. And I'm being told Ncuti Gatwa has jumped ship from Doctor Who because he is aware Russell T Davies is going to be moving on. Now, Russell T Davies has already picked up a TV series over on Channel 4 that he's going to be producing and writing and everything else. And that's 8 or 9 months that he won't be doing Doctor Who. And actually, as I mentioned earlier, in the Radio Times, there is a hint. Some people have jumped on this and sort of said that this is him saying that there's talks about him leaving. It doesn't really say that. He sort of hints, I'm not getting any older, younger. It would be interesting if he wasn't getting any older. He's not getting any younger, and he would need to, go at some point. He says something about, imagine if I just died at the desk. And that he strongly implies that conversations about him leaving have taken place. Conversations that I know, to be honest, have taken place because I heard about them nearly 6 months ago. As I told you 6 months ago, though, again on Scitrek, the BBC and Bad Wolf will not fire him. They have too much respect for him and for what he's done, and they will try to find a way to move him on in a, again, respectful way. They do not want this to be a big spectacle. Now, a couple of videos I did see earlier, and I'm going to put a link for one of them in the description. Mr. H Reviews, not a video I follow, but one of our subscribers shared me the video, and it just reminded me really to have this conversation with you guys. Does talk about Bad Wolf not being involved in the future of Doctor Who. I hear that that's not the case. The BBC have a deal with Bad Wolf to produce Doctor Who, and that's not going to change anytime soon. He also talks about somebody I've suggested for Doctor Who with Michael Sheen. I know he is very high up on the list for Disney. He would have the international appeal, and I know it is potentially something Michael Sheen would like to do because it would allow him to stay in Wales, etc. I'm not aware that they've approached him. I'm not aware that Disney are really pushing for him, but I am aware he is at the top of the list. There is also names being batted around for showrunners. As I said, as far as I'm aware, Disney will insist on that being somebody that they support. So that's where we're at with Doctor Who right now. Ncuti Gatwa has left because he feels RTD is being pushed out. He is ready to move on to the next stage in his career. The regeneration sequence has already been filmed. That is being widely reported. So we're going to be getting a new Doctor and a new showrunner. Actually, in the video that I've shared below, he does sort of make a very good point that if rumours about a new Doctor start emerging in the next few months, let's say Michael Sheen's name's connected to it, then that would strongly suggest that Disney are putting up the money and that they're moving forward, getting ready to put things in production. If we don't, and it stays radio silence until season 2 drops, then that does not look good. Disney don't have long to make this decision. They've already put it off 2 or 3 times. Let's see what happens. But guys, get into the comments on what you think. Doctor Who, is it dead? Does it actually need to be put back for a while? Do we need a new Doctor, maybe a couple of years down the line? Or actually, do we just need it to be written well? This is a character that can change with time and can really do anything, go anywhere. But it needs to be written better. Get into the comments and tell me exactly what you think. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. It really helps us out and you'll never miss any of our new videos. Also, you can go to patreon.com/Scitrek, where a lot of our stuff does drop first and we get stuff just for people on there as well. So go check that out. As always, please stay safe and I'll see you next time.
Our tachyon pulse has been unable to completely penetrate the anomaly.